I'm saying to you. Now, I'll just share with you two incidents. Like when I was at school, I was a very naughty boy. What was I? Naughty. Say naughty, naughty, naughty. Come on, lift your hand up, be shy, don't be shy. Say naughty, naughty, naughty. Yeah. Say, well, come on, lift your hands up and say properly. Come on, say naughty, naughty, naughty. Yes, I was a naughty boy. So now, two things happened. When I was in standard 10, metric, right, we had a maths teacher. He was mad with me. I had the lowest in class. How much? 4 out of 50 for the first control test after the first term. How much I had? 4. I got 4 out of 50 because I had no marks on my sheet and I had my name correctly spelled, I think. They gave me 4 marks. He said to me, Khamissa, I'm mad with you. I'm taking you to the office to see the headmaster. I said, please don't do this to me. He said, don't make funny faces here. I said, don't do this to me. So anyway, he took me down. Now I wanted to escape the wrath of the headmaster. The headmaster the headmaster was the maths teacher himself. So I went there to I told the headmaster, I said, excuse me sir, how I hope you were my teacher. How I hope you were my teacher. I would have done far better. You sir, you should have been my teacher. So he told the teacher, you see this boy is interested. Maybe you need to look at the way you are teaching. Right. So anyway, now I'm walking back to the class. I'm walking back to the class, and outside the class, this teacher tells me, Edris, and this little conversation outside the class had a great impact. He said, Edris, you are the brightest boy in this class. I said, you mean it? He says, yes. If that student who gets 90% tells me he cannot understand, I'll believe him, but not you. He said, you mean it, sir? He said, I can do it. That was a tipping point for me. That conversation. The other one was, there is a teacher, Ismail Katrada. He has been here too, I think. Ismail Katrada. So he has been an inspiration. Now, when I was in grade 10, when I'm about 14 years old, I had a teacher of English. He used to read my essays, the mistakes in the class used to laugh, and I should laugh too. So funny, sir. And I could not complain to my father because my father said to the teacher, the flesh is yours, the bones are mine. Yes. And I thought honestly, my father was giving them kurbani meat without the bones in my naivety. Anyway, I could not complain. The next year, I was sitting at the back of the class and I had a new teacher, Ismail Katrada. And I was convinced that I am not a student of English. Do you understand? I was convinced. The class used to laugh. So next to me, we are doing a poem called God's Grandeur. What was it called? God's Grandeur. And next to me was God's Grandeur. Her name was Indira. Beautiful girl. So I was taking a vital signs. You see, she's alive and well, And I was pinching her cheeks, pulling her hair, in case she died. My father said to my daughter was next to you, did you not know? So I was pulling her hair, doing all these things. The teacher noticed I'm not paying attention. Then he said to me, Edris, you're a naughty boy. I said, no. He said to me, I am not leaving the class until you give me your interpretation of the last 2 lines of the poem. And you know me. If you do not give me your interpretation, I will give you the cold shoulder. Do you want the cold shoulder from me? I said, no, please, no. So I gave an answer to get him off my back. He said to the class, and he said to me, that's the most brilliant answer he ever heard in his life. And he told me, Edris, please repeat what you said. Pupils take it down. Then he told me, Edris, you see you have the ability. Give yourself a chance. He went next door class when my cousin was there. He said to the class, this interpretation is from Edris. That was a tipping point. From that day onwards, I began to read voraciously. I took part. I did things. I became more confident as a speaker. 9 years later, I became the chairman of the English Society of South Africa. You know what I'm saying? Please, yeah.